My name is Carlo Fava. Grew up in South Africa, in the Eastern Cape, where rugby is pretty much the first sport and pretty much religion. And I was actually quite a late developer. I was about 16, 17 when I realized I can actually try and make a career out of rugby. The highest level I actually got to was in 2001. I was selected for the South Africa under-21 team. We got the likes of Jean de Villiers was part of our team, Joe van Niekerk was there. It was littered with stars, and that was pretty much the culmination of my youth career. Being impatient as I was, it was always trying to look for the next goal and trying to achieve the next goal, and obviously taking a shortcut when actually failed a doping test in 2002. It was an anabolic steroid that I did take. The banned substance was stanozol. It's quite frightening actually how easy you could get hold of it. You end up delving into the dark arts of the gym where it's scary, but at the same time it's real, it exists. It's no use trying to brush it under the carpet. And the side effects that I got from it on a health perspective was just not worth what I got out of it. I had such severe headaches and I didn't know why, but it was only later on that I found out that it was actually an increase in blood pressure, and obviously along with high blood pressure comes a whole world of problems. You realize all the people that you've let down that are associated with your career and that have helped you get there to where you are at the minute, you know. And it was that was probably the worst and the hardest part to actually deal with. When I came off my ban, it was on the 24th of January in 2004. I came over to Italy and had some fantastic test matches, and just to be able to play against players at that level, play with some superstars that I think will go down in world rugby history, you know. It's having that privilege, and just always bearing in mind in the back of my mind that it's something that I've always been grateful for, and it doesn't just come granted on a plate to anybody. It's something that you've got to work extremely hard for, to be able to stand and play a test match in front of a World Cup crowd and have that World Cup jersey sitting in a cupboard. It's difficult to put into words how fantastic it felt. I retired and now do a bit of punditry work. It's a completely different experience. To actually sit and talk about rugby and share some of the information, it feels fantastic to be able to pass that on to somebody. Hopefully it can be of some use, you know. It's all in there, so might as well get it out, you know. I was sitting in the exact same position you guys are sitting now. It's extremely privileged, and you don't actually know to what extent the privilege is until it actually gets taken away from you. Been involved in a few of the outreach programs, two teams in particular, which obviously I have direct connections with, and that was the Italian under-20 team and the South African under-20 team. To have the ability to share my experience with those guys, it's a chance hopefully to stop somebody from making the same mistake that I did. Being a Springbok will be on your CV for the rest of your life. Nobody can ever take that away from you, and it's something that's so powerful. You don't realize it yet. Once you get back home, you'll actually realize what a valuable commodity you are. Carrying that weight of the SA under-20 badge is phenomenal. Now, think about the weight that carries, but also the weight of having on your CV banned for 2 years for anabolic steroids. There was a selection process for the commentators and the commentating team to be put into place. And what's the first thing that comes up? My name gets put in. Wealth of experience, played overseas, being Italian, speak English. Great, let's have this man on our team. But what's the first thing you think that comes up? 2-year ban for doping. That stigma will stay with me for the rest of my life. It'll always be there. It'll always rear its ugly head every time, and will be with you forever. It's the skeleton in the cupboard that always gets opened, you know, and that's the biggest consequence, I think, really, of making a bad decision. That ban has now been escalated to 4 years, so anybody that can think that they can come back after having a 4-year absence, it just can't be done. You are deemed as being a cheat and being involved in anabolic steroids and all of that. You know, it comes with a big price tag. There's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. If I can change the course of even just one player's career, out of speaking maybe to 60 plus of them, you know, I'd consider that a positive result.